Good day everyone, this is Patrick from UsdJpy Code Trading System, and this is Tuesday the 1st October 2019, and this is the daily analysis for spot gold and dollar yen just after 11 a.m. in Singapore. And do take note also of my risk disclaimer, and this is just my opinions and ideas. If you do trade, it is at your own risk. And this is the daily chart for spot gold, and yesterday it has cut through the daily 55 EMA, a previous swing low at 1480, and as well as a rising trend line. Cut through and fell to hit a low of 1464 and almost reaching the 162 fib retrace fib extension level at 1462, and this was after news that the government administration has dismissed reports that they were planning to block investments from Chinese companies, and this was a relief that the dollar strengthened and risk on as well, risk on trades, and spot as a result spot gold fell. Let's also take a look at the weekly. Look at the monthly close for yesterday at the end of September, and this was a very bearish month for spot gold, so it does look like it's a retracement that's starting. So do be aware, trend in the short term is bearish. So back to the daily chart, it is attempting to probably target the 162 fib and the weekly S2 pivot at 1457, and we could, there's a previous swing high here, we could probably mark this as a significant support zone between 1453 and 1457. All right. And this previous support now could be a zone for resistance, and as well as this. Okay, so on the 4-hour time frame, could be a retracement back up to perhaps the weekly S1. Before it attempts to continue its bearish move. This move down last night was late, from actually from 11 p.m. Started from the 10 o'clock close at the 4-hour close, and then from after 11 it fell to hit the daily S3 pivot level, and that fell about 140, almost 150 pips. But it was late after news broke on the investment. Let's move back to daily time frame. So for this week, there's a non-farm payroll coming up at the end of the week, so look out for this key support zone, and this will now be the key resistance at 1480. down to 1450 plus area, 1455 let's call it. Okay, let's move on to dollar yen. And US dollar has crept up, and yesterday it closed above the 108 level and also just broke above the upper trend line of the triangle, and today is continuing higher as well, targeting the 78.6 fib retracement level and potentially targeting the weekly R1 pivot at 108.42. And we can also mark these previous swing high at 108.48 area. So if it does break above these highs, then it's likely going to target the daily 200 EMA that aligns with the weekly R2 pivot level at 108.90. Weekly pivot now for this week is at 107.70, 69 or 70. So this 108 level down to the weekly pivot is going to be the key support zones, with the weekly R1 and the weekly R2 as the key potential resistance levels for this week. Alright, let me just go back to spot gold and highlight where the weekly pivot is, and that's at 1506 plus change. It has fallen through the weekly S1, and weekly support 2 is at 1457 as I mentioned. Alright, so do watch out for my videos on Euro, Cable and Aussie as well, and there is RBA news coming up for Australia. Alright, have a good trading day, and we'll follow up on Thursday before the non-farm payroll news. Alright, meanwhile, have a good trading week. Cheers.